Hello everyone, and welcome back to eCabinets Tips and Tricks. My name is Scott Marshburn, and today I have a quick tutorial on how to use the MROUND function in Excel. Some of you, myself included, may use Excel spreadsheets to calculate cut list and what have you, or different things that you may do to figure out different scenarios for your woodworking projects or your cabinets. In this case, I have a face frame that I want to put 3 openings in, and I want to make these openings equal. And what I have is a face frame that is 60 inches wide, and I'm using a left style that is 2 inches, a right style that is 2 inches, and a mid style or mid styles that are 2 inches. And I want 3 openings. And these right here highlighted in green are variables that can change. You could put whatever you want in here. But I also have the number of mid styles needed, which has a formula in there, and it's just simply the number of openings minus 1. Then I have a formula right here that calculates the width of each opening needed to make them all equal in this 60-inch face frame, which is basically the face frame width, which is A2. Here's the formula right here, minus the left style minus the right style, and then it takes that answer and subtracts the answer of the mid style width times the number of mid styles. So it takes those two answers, or this answer here, subtracts it from this answer right here, and then divides it by the number of openings, which comes up to be 17.3333. Now, you can't measure that on a ruler. If you have a cheat sheet, you might can come up with the fraction equivalent, but I'm going to show you how to do that in Excel. If you were to take this right here and right click and go to Format Cells, and under Fraction and click on up to 2 digits, you'll see that it will not give you 30 seconds or 64ths or whatever you may want. So in order to do that, what I've done is I've used the MROUND function. Okay, so what it does is it takes it allows you to specify a multiplier to round it to. In this case, if you see this formula, I've got it set to round it to 64ths, and I've got that hard coded in here. And the way you can find the MROUND function and maybe learn a little bit more how it works is you could go to Formulas and Insert Function, and you can just type in right here MROUND and click on Go, and it highlights it right here, and it gives you a brief description of what it does. It returns a number rounded to the desired multiple, and you need a number. In this case is this right here, and comma, and then the multiple, which I've got hard coded in here, 1/64. Okay, so what I've done here was I just, like I said, I hard coded that in there. I just typed in equals MROUND, comma, or parentheses, B5, which is this right here, the result of this formula, comma, 1/64, and it rounded it to 21/64. Now, if you wanted it to be 1/32, then you would have to come in here and change this to 1/32 and hit enter, and it changes it. Well, that's not real practical if you have a lot of different formulas, on a lot of different cells in here that you're wanting to perform this on. So what I'm going to do, let me change this back real quick, is to create a drop down list that I can select my different multiples. In order to do that, I need to go under Data, and data validation right here, and then select data validation. And it brings up this dialog. Under allow, I'm going to select my drop down and I'm going to select list. Now what I can do is I can hard code, and under source right here I can hard code my drop down selections. In this case we're going to be using fractions, so I'm going to type 0 space 1/16. Now if I just typed in 1/16, it's going to put a date in here, and I don't want that. When you type in 0 space and then the fraction, Excel automatically recognizes this as a fraction or number or whatever. So I'm going to hit comma. You got to have a comma between each one that you want. I'm going to type in 0 space 1/32 and comma and 0 space 1/64, and I'm going to click OK. Now when I click on this cell, you can see the arrow here that gives me the different options that I just typed in, and I'm going to click on 1/64. This is the multiple that we're going to be using. Now down here I'm going to incorporate my MROUND function with this formula right here. It's going to come up with this formula. Okay, and for our multiple we're going to use the result or whatever is in this cell, so that when we change this, the answer automatically changes. So I'm going to type in my formula here. You can look up here on the formula bar, or you can look down here and see how I type in the formula. I'm going to type in equals MROUND. Now when I type in MR, it brings up this function right here and it tells you what it does. I'm going to double click on it and it automatically puts my first parentheses right here. Now this, if you look right here, it needs to have a beginning parentheses before the function and an ending parentheses after the function. So in this particular formula right here, I've got 2 parentheses, so I'm going to need 2 parentheses after that one, total of 3. And I'm going to take my face frame width, which is A2, minus my left style width, which is 2 inches, minus my right style width, which is 2 inches. And I'm going to hit close parentheses, and I'm going to subtract D2. I need open parentheses, D2 times B4. D2 is the mid-style widths, and B4 is the number of mid-styles. So I need to multiply that by that. And then I need my close parentheses, and since we had 2 right here, I need another one right here. Okay, now we need to just divide that answer by the number of openings. Okay, so there's our formula right there. What it's doing is it's taking the width minus the left style and the right style and putting that in its memory, and then it's taking the mid-style width times the total quantity of styles and putting that in memory, and then subtracted those two and then dividing it by the number of openings. Now we need to enter our multiple, so I need to hit comma, and if you look right down here, went from number being bold to multiple being bold, so it's telling you to enter your multiple. Instead of hard coding 1/64 in here, I'm just going to simply tell it to be whatever is in this cell right here, and I'm going to hit close parentheses to close off my function or end my function. I'm going to hit enter, and as you can see, it is 17 and 21/64. So now if I change this to, for example, 1/16, it's giving me the closest 16th, and 1/32, the closest 32nd. So 17, 11, 32nds, 17 and 5/16, or 17 and 21/64. So now I'm just going to doll this up a little bit and go ahead and put this blue fill in here. to correspond with the fact that this formula works off of this drop down. So I hope this tip helped. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments or anything else you would like to see, please post them on my channel. And as always, please subscribe. And thank you for watching, and have a good day.